Female sexual response involves coordination between the brain, nerves, blood vessels, glands, muscles, and urinary structures. One topic that often creates confusion is why some women experience noticeable fluid release during intense stimulation, while others do not. To understand this, we must look at anatomy. Located near the urethra are small structures known as periurethral glands, sometimes referred to as Skene's glands. These glands sit adjacent to the urethral channel and contain tiny ducts that open near, or into the urethra itself. Under normal conditions, these glands are small and often unnoticed. However, during arousal, increased blood flow to the pelvic region stimulates surrounding tissues. As arousal signals travel from the brain down the spinal cord to the pelvis, blood vessels dilate. This process increases circulation to vaginal tissue, urethral tissue, and nearby glands. In some women, the periurethral glands respond by producing fluid. This fluid collects in the glandular spaces and may travel through small ducts toward the urethra. At the same time, the pelvic floor muscles begin rhythmic contraction patterns. These muscles support the bladder, uterus, and vaginal canal. When contraction pressure increases, fluid within the ducts can be pushed outward. Research suggests that in certain cases, the fluid released may contain components from the periurethral glands combined with diluted urine from the bladder. The bladder may temporarily hold fluid during intense stimulation. When pelvic pressure rises, that fluid may exit through the urethra. It is important to understand that this process varies greatly from person to person. Some women have larger or more developed periurethral glands. Others may have smaller glands or fewer active ducts. Duct alignment and gland sensitivity also differ anatomically. Hormones may influence gland responsiveness. Estrogen affects tissue elasticity and vascular response. The autonomic nervous system also plays a key role. Parasympathetic activation supports gland secretion and vascular expansion. However, not all women experience this release. Some may produce minimal glandular fluid. Others may produce fluid that is reabsorbed or remains internal. This variation is medically normal. Fluid release is not a requirement for orgasm. Orgasm itself is primarily a neurological and muscular reflex involving rhythmic pelvic muscle contractions. The presence or absence of fluid does not indicate greater or lesser function. Psychological factors also influence the response. Stress increases sympathetic nervous system activity, which can reduce pelvic relaxation. Comfort and safety promote parasympathetic dominance, which supports vascular flow. Hydration levels may affect the amount of fluid available in the bladder. Muscle tone affects pressure dynamics. Individual nerve sensitivity varies as well. Media representations often exaggerate this phenomenon, creating unrealistic expectations. Scientific literature shows wide diversity in female physiological response. From a biological perspective, fluid release is simply one possible response within a broad spectrum of normal variation. Some women experience noticeable fluid expulsion. Others experience none. Both patterns fall within healthy physiology. The female reproductive and urinary systems are closely connected anatomically. Because of this proximity, glandular and bladder dynamics can overlap during intense stimulation. Understanding the structure of the periurethral glands, the bladder, the urethra, and pelvic muscles helps clarify what is happening physiologically. When we examine it scientifically, the mystery becomes anatomy and mechanics. Fluid production, duct pathways, muscle contraction, pressure release, neural signaling, all coordinated by the brain. In summary, squirting is not a universal experience, nor is it required for normal sexual function. It is one possible variation of a complex physiological system. Human anatomy is diverse, and biological diversity is normal. If you found this explanation helpful, continue learning about the science of the human body through evidence-based medical animation. Understanding anatomy replaces myths with science. Human physiology varies widely, and variation does not mean abnormal. Every body responds differently, and that diversity is part of normal biology. If you found this explanation helpful, consider subscribing for more evidence-based 3D medical education. Leave your questions in the comments below, and let us know which topic you would like explained next. Share this video with someone who might benefit from clear, scientific information, and continue learning how the human body truly works from the inside.